Okay, shalom, kwam yasha'Allah, koholoimla, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Bahashim Rakachadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well, that by the Spirit taught us his beautiful truth, and just want to say the water toward the H.I.M and Akwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh to the best of their ability. Hanan the Waf just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And wanted to touch on something that I just found profound today. And I know y'all probably wondering why the hell I got this rat up on the up on the screen. But you see this particular trap that this rat is in? They have these for matter of fact, let me go back. They have them for insects, right? So I grabbed, they're good for like outside in your garage. They're good for your basement, and they catch insects or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Water bugs, whatever, right? Ants, this particular one, it had a whole list of things on there, right? So I used it, I put it down. I noticed all the bugs was, attracted to it, and they ran to it, right? Now the ants, I want to go off into the scriptures on the ants, man. I'm telling you, man, when I tell you ants are cold, and I had no idea that they had the intelligence that they have. Now, I put the thing down, right, on the ground. I'm looking at the water bugs, things had them. I'm talking about shit, insects, all, whatever. They all on there. All the crawlers, you know what I'm saying? So, I see the ants. I'm like, well, why the fuck is these niggas not stuck? Then I'm looking at it. I'm like, well, what the hell is all this on here? It wasn't all bugs. I'm looking at it like it was like what I noticed what had happened. The ants actually put wood on it and built a bridge, and they actually was on there, attacking the other insects. I never seen nothing like that before. Like sawdust. When you saw something and it kind of had that dust to it. That's what they were using. They actually took a whole bunch of that shit on there, covered up the sticky, and they just on there just walking on that shit like it's nothing. Everything else got stuck first, though. And then they just built their own little bridge to go back and forth on the sticky shit. Now the sticky shit is covered. It's no longer even sticky no more. It's just they covered it with like sawdust. And they just on there getting busy with everything that's on there. And I'm thinking to myself, like, what damn? So, hey, so it brought me to the scriptures, man, because it's this one that I wanted to get. Job 12:7 and verse 8. It says, but ask now the beasts, and they shall teach thee, and the fowls of the air, Salakia, and they shall tell thee, or speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee, and the fishes of the sea shall declare unto thee. So if you go out and about, say for instance, you just go out, you just going for a walk, you're in the park, you're sitting on a bench, you might be at the lake, you might be in the fishing, you might be in the whatever. But when you pay attention to animals, man, the Lord gave these animals a certain type of intellect. All of them have their own intellect. Some of them are smarter than others. Now, I knew that ant would get down because I watched ants before because of the scriptures. But I never knew that the ant would, use that particular type of intelligence to do what they done. I actually should have took a video of it. I'm here at the, I'm kind of out handling some business right now. Just, kind of waiting on something. And I thought about it. I'm like, let me do a quick little lesson on this. Okay, so let's get this one. Now, check this out, what they have to say about the ant. This is off in the blue letter. When I pulled it up, some precepts to this one. Proverbs 6:6, it says, go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways and be wise. So that ant will get down, man. And they're not lazy at all, man. They're constantly working. They're constantly doing something. They're constantly back and forth. And it reminded me of something that the Apostle Ramlah said the other day. He said, I forgot what the lesson was. I forgot. It was like 2 days ago, I think it was. But he mentioned something that was kind of profound to me, too. We're not profound, but, it just makes sense. And he was talking about construction. And he was like, when you're in construction, He like, when you're walking, you should be walking with something in your hand and coming back with something in your hand, going back with something in your hands, coming back with something. He said constantly, you should be constantly doing something. And that goes off into the work of this this truth too. If you see something in the news, you may not necessarily do a lesson on it, but you could do a post. You may be scrolling through and you may be like, you know what, well, hey, I'm gonna put that to the side at least. I'm gonna do a lesson on it, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah willing, when I get it, the opportunity, the Lord willing. You should be always constantly doing something in this truth, praying, fasting, reading. I mean, we do have to have use balance. We do, have our personal life to handle too. So even within our personal life, we want to be doing something, If the grass need to be cut the grass, take out the trash. You know what I'm saying? Constantly be doing what needs to be done. You need to do laundry. You need to do this. You need to do that. You know what I'm saying? Don't let the house fall. That's a scripture that I love too. Where it talks about King Solomon. He said he considered a field. Matter of fact, let me read this real quick though. Salaki, I don't want to rant too much. It says the ant has been famous in all ages for its social habits, foresight, economy, and industry. I never thought about it like that. It says collecting their food at the proper seasons. They bite off the ends of the grain to prevent it from germinating and lay it up in cells till needed. See? And there's so many things that you can take from that, man. There's so many things that you can take from the ant, man. You see? Just pay attention to an ant, man. You'll see them. Hey, they just busybodies. They're constantly on the go. They're constantly on the move. You know what I'm saying? So you could take something from that, man. You could get something out of that. Because like I said again, when I was listening to the Apostle Ramallah, and he was like, yeah, you should, if you're doing construction, he said he learned that from a tedious man too. He was like, the guy was tedious as hell, but he said that's something that stuck with him, to constantly be doing something. If you're going one way and you passing something that needs to go that way, why not grab it? Why not grab it? I remember, a brother I used to deal with back in the days. He used to always be like doing a little bit at a time, to get it done. Do a little bit at a time. You're like, even if you're not doing it all, do a little bit at a time, which is kind of like, he had a lazy ass method. But, even if you're doing a little bit at a time, it will get done if you continue doing it a little bit at a time. But, you want to get into something, and if you can finish it, just finish it. Or just holding off shit. You don't have to, don't get into holding off stuff. If it needs to be done, just do it, man. But I seen that ant, man. I seen them ants, and I'm talking about, they was in I don't even know, man. I can't even count how many. It could have been 100 or so. But when I say, man, they built that shit up and they covered all that sticky shit with wood, sawdust type of wood, and they was just roaming on it like it was nothing. Just, and I didn't know that they ate other insects like that neither. So I just wanted to just touch on this. Now let me see if I can find this other scripture though. I'm trying to think if it's Ecclesiasticus or is it, Ecclesiastes or Proverbs. Let me see something here. Salakia. He said he considered when he seen it. Oh yeah, this is it right here. Proverbs 24. Let me let me start at verse 30. It says, I went by the field of the slothful. A slothful person is a lazy person. And by the vineyard of a man void of understanding. Because, a person is void of understanding if they don't understand that, if you keep on letting something just pile up, something just, you just keep on letting the work just pile up. That's not wise, man. because you'll never get to it. You'll let it, you let it get to a point where you just don't want to do it now. It's just too much to it. You just get overwhelmed. You're just like, fuck it. It says, I went by the field of the slothful and by the vineyard of a man void of understanding. And lo, it was all grown over with thorns, and nettles had covered the face thereof, and the stone wall thereof was broken down. So they just don't let the shit just go to shit. It says, then I saw and considered it well. I looked upon it and received instruction. Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of hands to sleep. So shall thy poverty come as one that traveleth, and thy want as an armed man. That's dope, man. And hey, that ant get down, man. So I just wanted to just touch on that. I didn't want to keep this long. I seen that and I'm like, wow. The intelligence, the smartness, the getting, just to get to what they wanted to get. You know what I'm saying? And this shit, matter of fact, now I should be able to get a refund because it says it's for ants. And it didn't work for them, man. It literally didn't work. I should have took a video of it. I should have, at least, well, not necessarily. I should have just took a video of it. But like I said, I'm out and about. It just dawned on me. And these are the type of traps that they are. I know you know what I'm talking about. If you've ever, they got these little stickies for mice. They're good for like outside around your, the house or garage, or, because, there is a mice season. When things start to get hot and it start to dry out in the, like yards and, especially blighted houses and shit in the hood, man. You know what I'm saying? These are good for like mice. But these are it right here. But this is what I grabbed though. And as you can see, the insects are stuck to it. It's like, and that shit's sticky. It's something you don't even want to grab it, because if you get it on your hands, it's like it's real. It's hard to shake, man. So, I just wanted to touch on that. I pray that the lesson was edifying. With that, Kwame Yashala. Get busy, man.